all right, you're starting to win in the ratings and everything, and it's, you know, and you're still loose as a goose. And I admit, I planned the whole lesbian kissing thing. That's fine.
Loose as a goose seems to come from another expression, loosey-goosey, which means to be relaxed, but also relaxed in a way where somebody is not being careful about what they're saying. So typically, loosey-goosey would be associated with somebody being drunk and possibly running off at the mouth and just saying things without being very careful. Loosey-goosey can also refer to somebody who is not drunk, but who is also not being very careful about how they're speaking, and maybe they could go off the subject, or they could be saying really silly, stupid things without really realizing it or being careful enough about what they're saying. Loose as a goose can also refer to a female who is acting overly sexual, where she's not being very careful about who she's talking to, and who seems like she might be ready to have sex with just about anybody that comes along. The boss called a meeting the other day, and everybody was expecting him to talk in a serious way. But surprisingly, he was loose as a goose, and he went on and on for about 20 minutes, literally talking about nothing. And everybody wondered why he even called the meeting in the first place. Because he wasn't drunk. At least he didn't look drunk. I went to this bar the other day, and there was this one gal, and she was just loose as a goose. She was all over the place. And so, you know, a lot of guys are starting to get worried about her. But they wanted to take her home so they could be the one to look after her and make sure that she ended up okay.
Let's see what happens, and that's it. It might be a train wreck. It's always a train wreck when I'm on, but it's always interesting. All right, that's fine.
A train wreck refers to a person or a situation which goes bad in a highly negative way, and also typically in a very dramatic way, where people are almost obligated to watch the event happen, and they literally know what's going to happen before it even does. So typically a train wreck will refer to a person who is on a negative spiral of some type, oftentimes drugs, alcohol, could also be mental problems, or it could be that they're involved in a situation that's going highly negative on them, and at the same time they're reacting to the situation in a negative way at the same time. So people that are looking at this situation, they can sort of predict that it's going to end in a negative way. Similarly, a train wreck can also refer to a situation that's not necessarily based around personalities, but where people can look at the situation and also figure out it's going to end in a bad way as well. In the war with Iraq, way back when, a little over 10 years ago, a lot of people predicted at the very beginning that it would turn into a train wreck. Bush was talking about bringing in democracy to a dictatorship and letting the forces of market capitalism, bring the people to a higher level. And even though he sounded sincere about what he was talking about, a lot of people just didn't think that it was going to work out as well as Bush was hoping. And it turned out that the people were right. Iraq turned into a train wreck. A number of years ago, Britney Spears didn't handle the fame and the fortune very well for a while. And so for some reason, she ended up turning into a train wreck. Got very angry, living a very strange, bizarre life for a while. But then, for some reason, she somehow managed to recover from that, lost some weight, started working out, started going on tour, and over the last couple of years, she's just been very, very successful, and a lot of people are very happy that she managed to turn a negative situation around and become such a positive role model, as well as having a positive life. ESL-fullsteamahead.com